Hi, welcome to the first episode of The Art of Improvisation, where I talk about improvisation and guitar playing and music theory and harmony, and how we can apply that to the guitar and the concepts behind improvisation. So I thought a really great way to start on this topic might be with the blues, because for most rock guitar, jazz guitar, country guitar, all those styles basically are rooted in the blues music, in my opinion, also mixed with traditional European harmony. So it's kind of the combination of traditional blues with traditional harmony that forms the basis for, let's say, the rock styles and jazz and fusion styles and progressive styles that we've all come to know, and what I've kind of spent most of my time working on. In the opening example, I was basically playing over a 3-chord blues in the key of G. So if we look at those chords in this example, we have a 1-4-5 progression, right? We have the G7, which was the 1, C7 was the 4 chord, and D7 was the 5 chord. And let's just briefly talk about the most common pentatonic shape there is, right? So let's just review that. In G, starting with our first finger on the 3rd fret, the pattern looks like this. I'm sure many of you already know this. Right, that's our classic pentatonic shape. And if we're thinking about G as the root, and we're going to examine the intervals there, it's going to be 1, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7, okay? Now, a common variation of that is the blues scale. So the blues scale is essentially the pentatonic scale, but with an added note, and that's the flat 5. And in this key, it would be a D flat, right? So the scale with the blue note in it would be 1, flat 3, 4, flat 5, 5, flat 7. If we keep going up the neck. That scale is definitely going to work over those 3 chords. However, when we're talking about making the changes in a solo, right, we want to target chord tones of each chord. So if we look at the blues progression, in this case again, G7, C7, D7, they're all dominant 7th chords. So we want to work on those dominant 7th arpeggios so that we can target those notes in our lines, and that's what's going to outline, or that's how we're going to make the change, right? Because if you play the arpeggio with the chord tones, there really is no difference between that and playing a chord. So when we're playing a chord, if I play a G chord, I strike the notes at once, that's a chord. But if I play the notes one at a time, that would be considered an arpeggio. And so let's look at learning the G7 arpeggio in 3rd position. It looks like this. Right? And then if let's take a look at the C7 arpeggio in 3rd position. And now a D7 arpeggio in 3rd position. So let me play these arpeggios over the 1, the 4, and the 5. Here's G7. The 4, which would be C7. The 5 chord, which would be D7. Back to the 1 chord. So when you arpeggiate the chords like that, it's very easy to hear the progression, right? So today's trick is combining both that pentatonic scale with those arpeggiated chords, right? So let's say I'm going to play a line over a G7. So if I just play kind of like a straight blues scale pentatonic line, I might play something like, right? But what I can do if I really want to outline the sound of G7, I want to target the chord tone. So in this case, I'm going to target the B, which is the third, when we talk about 1, 3, 5, flat 7. In this example, I'm going to take basically the same riff, but I'm going to end the phrase on the B natural, which is going to really outline the sound or the tonality of that G7 chord. If I do something like that. Just by landing on that third, I really accentuate the sound of that dominant 7th chord. And again, the same idea can be used when I'm going to target the 4 chord. So in the case of the 4 chord, again, our notes are C, E, G, B flat, C, E, G, B flat. So if I play a blues line using the G minor pentatonic, but end, let's say, on an E natural, which would be the third of the C, that's a great way to accentuate that we're changing the chords in our solo, right? So if I play, or if I play something like, well, there I went 3, 5, right? Let's try another one. So I do something like that. By landing on that E, I'm thinking about that as the third of this C7 chord, and you're going to hear that change in the solo, right? 3, 4. 3, 4. Right? But the third and the 7th of each dominant 7th chord are really great notes to target, because the 3rd and the 7th really accentuate or outline the flavor or the tonality of that dominant 7th chord. Right? So if I'm thinking about a D7 chord, again, the notes are D, F sharp, A, C, back to D, right? So if I play, so I'm ending the phrase on a fragment of a D7 arpeggio, right? So there, or I could do the third position. I was targeting the third and then the root of the D7 chord, and you can hear that it really outlines that something happened in the harmony, right? That we're hitting that 5 chord. It changes the tonality. So a great way to work on this is work on the arpeggios position by position for the 1, 4, 5 blues progression. So in this case, again, if we're working in the third position, I can practice my arpeggios here. And I can practice interchanging between the pentatonic scale, right, and those chord tones. I can start to hear and see them. When I was first learning to play over changes, I would just work on the arpeggios, position by position, outlining the chords, so I can, number one, get the sound of those changes in my ear, and also a great way to really learn the fretboard. G7, right? Please click like and subscribe for more lessons. Thanks. See you next time.